the transition so I can cut it into a different video. The magic of Lamar Hunt's U.S. Open Cup. There we go. Here we go, gentlemen. Which games did y'all see? We saw some belt to asses here. 9-0. That's an ass whooping. Detroit 5-1. I will say, watching this Laredo game, a late game, 2 or 3 of those guys on Laredo are going to get contracts either at USL League One or Championship.
Yeah, there was
absolute
some
talent.
spots there.
Yeah. They lost, but they did not lose in a manner where I don't think. And I think if they can find somebody with some money, their stadium, even though it's small, right now they built a stadium. It has all the amenities, but it only seats 900 people. They need to get that to at least 3,500 to be professional, and there's space to do it. So if they can find someone with some money, I think Laredo is a good market. Metro is about 300,000, but obviously it's right on the border. What's the city? What's the Mexico town on Laredo?
I think it's Laredo, Nuevo Laredo.
Is it living it? Yeah. So yeah, they have another market right on the other side of the border, even though traveling back and forth is getting increasingly difficult. That said, let's talk about these cup sets. Yeah. I don't know if Vermont Green is a cup set. We know that they solid. Now, it's not the same team as last year because the way USL 2 teams operate right now, they get headhunters. They can go scout guys.
Cool to see 2 clubs that are so beloved play each other like that.
Yes.
That was really
sold out. Yeah. This was actually the one game they put on TV. It was on CBS Sports Network. That's how much love this got. But let's shout out to, like I said, Flint City cup sets. Who else got beat? Chattanooga not doing their own. The only thing we asked Chattanooga to do is to get another Chattanooga derby, and they fucking lost.
They dropped it on us.
Dropped it. Wait, is Chattanooga on this list? Do I not have all the games? I don't.
Is Carolina Core an upset?
Yes. I mean, Carolina Core is
on
MLS
paper
Next
an
Pro.
upset.
Yeah, they're a professional team. They're MLS Next Pro, and Virginia Dream, I think, plays in UPSL. So yes, I would call it an upset. Let's shout out to Lexington putting belt to ass at this point.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
9-0 is a touchdown and a safety. No, safety is 2 points, right?
Yeah,
a touchdown and a safety.
Yeah, touchdown, extra point, safety.
There we go. Yeah, there was a couple of indoor games. I think Detroit and Indy played indoor because there was snowstorms up there.
Yeah, the weather's been a nightmare up there.
That was interesting. But yeah, did y'all see any of these games?
I unfortunately could only have these games on in the background because of the way my week was schedule-wise. But I had El Paso on. I had the Flint City game on. I think I had the Vermont Green game on at some point. And I don't remember what the other one was. But, it felt like the Cup, which to me is fun, right? It's cool to see. There was a couple of games that were full-on sellouts, which is really great to see for the Cup. Right. I always look forward to these games, and I'll always have them on, even if it's in the background.
Yes, indeed. Scott, did you see any of these?
Unfortunately, no. On the Tuesday, I ended up going and helping out with the TIFO, and so that basically took up my evening. And then on Thursday, I think I was hanging out with a friend. So, yeah, I missed all of these, unfortunately. So I'll try to catch the next round.
No worries. YouTube, US Soccer YouTube channel will have all of these games.
Yeah. It couldn't be easier to watch.
Yes, for sure.
It couldn't be easier.
We want to shout out the Burrito Boys. We do not condone, unfortunately, the fisticuffs. I know me and Hubert are big fans of those guys.
We love the Burrito Boys.
We got to again. We got to do
now,
a little bit better.
Who are the Burrito Boys?
El Farolito.
Go ahead and tell them this story.
So there is a restaurant. Where are they out of?
They have 2 locations. It's a Bay Area, so it's around San Francisco, but it's not in San Francisco.
Yeah. It's a restaurant that serves, I believe, Mexican food. Obviously, with the name the Burrito Boys. That they've made efforts quite a few times to actually bring together decent squads to compete in the Open Cup. Like, you remember how the Menace last year were signing all these Sasha Kleshtin and players like that, our own Matt Hedges. Farolito's done that a lot with Mexican players, especially, and managed to make some really fun cup runs and like have some upsets. So they've always kind of been a gem for people who like lower league soccer. And again, they're based out of a restaurant, which is awesome. And
Yeah.
that's why they call them the Burrito Boys.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they've existed in one form or another since I think 1990.
Yeah, they're ancient.
They've, I think the last 2 seasons they've been the highest ranked amateur side, which gets you $50,000. So that does help a lot. Obviously, the restaurant is a restaurant, but I don't know how it costs a lot of money for them to travel to wherever they're traveling. The last couple of years they've beaten Real Monarch, which is the Salt Lake Reserve team. They've beaten. What was the
I
US
can't remember who
championship
they've beat,
side?
but they've beat some teams.
They've beaten like the last 2-3 years. They've beaten at least one professional squad. I think they ran into an MLS squad once, and then that went exactly how you thought it would.
Right.
So, but they 7 amateur sides went to the second round. Shout out to Asheville. That late goal at the end where he fakes an injury. I don't know if y'all saw this. The guy, they're winning 2-0, or they're winning 3, or they're winning 2-1. The guy falls down in the 90 plus whatever to try to milk it. The goalkeeper passes a quick pass. The defender has a donkey touch, so the ball rolls like 6 feet in front of him. This guy who's on the floor miraculously gets up. Nothing's wrong with him. Gets that ball, bangs in number 3, and that's how we win it. That's how they made it 3-1. So shout out to
That's a
Asheville.
war crime.
It is.
Real quick.
That's perfidy.
Real quick. They beat Real Monarchs
Might be
3-1
pronounced wrong.
last year. Farolito did. They beat Monterey Bay last year as well in the Open Cup. And they held on and barely lost to Sacramento in the third round. And then the season before, they beat Central Valley Fuego. They beat Portland Timbers 2. I mean, they're always in it. It's so much fun.
Yeah. And calling them an amateur side is kind of a misnomer. A lot of their guys are older, and if you look at their resume, they're first division Latin American players, right? They've basically played their career, and then they came here to America one way or another and retired, quote unquote. So shout out to them. So let me share my screen here, and then we're going to wrap this up. This is the schedule. I mean, we'll have a pod before next week, but this is the schedule next week, the 31st and the 1st. We have Steel City versus Virginia Dream, Asheville versus One Knox, FC Naples versus FC America. This is the team that got a bye because Tormenta no longer existed. Indy versus Omaha.
That's one to watch.
Valley at 5-5. Yeah, that's gonna. I don't see any cup. To be honest, I'm not seeing any cup sets here.
Charlotte and Charleston. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That's basically a league game. Oh no.
Yeah.
I guess League One versus Championship there. Vermont Green, Westchester. That's an opportunity for a amateur side to beat a professional side.
Yep.
Bluegrass Cup again. We got Lexington versus Louisville. That'll be a sellout. I mean,
it's gotta be.
It's midweek though, but it'll be sold quite well. That seems to be one of the sneaky rivalries or derbies that we have going here in America. Flint City.
Flint City and Detroit. That is like a stone's throw away from each other.
Yeah. What were you saying, Scott?
I saw somebody calling. What were you saying? Was it Knoxville?
Yeah, Knoxville.
One of the I think Tennessee teams. They were calling one of their games the Blue Grassico.
Yeah, that's Louisville and Lexington. Yeah, that's what it is. The Bluegrass.
That's hilarious.
I was like, you know what? I could approve that pun.
Yeah, and then
you got a couple here that could be interesting. Switchbacks in Spokane. I don't know about that one. But San Antonio versus Tulsa, that's probably worth watching. New Mexico and El Paso is a derby.
Yeah.
They hate each other. Orange County and Phoenix, that's worth watching. Yeah.
Yeah. So this determines who moves on to play MLS clubs. And like I said, the only one I'm seeing as a cup set here is maybe Vermont Green with Westchester. Westchester is not a great team. They weren't a great team last year. So that's an opportunity for Vermont to win another 50,000 in the back pocket. That's always helpful. I mean, it really is a shame the way that club is set up. They can't become professional the way they're set up. So
stuff is odd.
Why not?
So the green part comes from is that they're very carbon sensitive, and
it's like Forest Green Rovers in England. Are you familiar with them?
I'm familiar with the team.
A lot of their like literally their founding documents basically are that they do their best to be carbon neutral or even carbon negative. Like it literally just full blown impossible to do traveling in the US.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the Northeast is filled with clubs. They would have a lot of games they could drive to. They would have Portland Hearts of Pine. They would have all the New York City teams. But at some point, you're going to have to get on a plane and fly to go play AV Alta, which is in California. So, and also finding a space for a soccer stadium would be kind of difficult for them as well.
Yeah, it would be.
So, but yeah, so yeah, I think that's it. So that is the Lamar Hunt Open Cup. Again, I think we were all, me personally, I was rooting for a Chattanooga Derby. The fact that those two teams don't play each other more regularly is unfortunate.
Agreed.
So, gentlemen, do you have anything to say before we exit here on our, this might be our longest pod ever. I'm going to have to cut this up.
It's been a long one, but it's been a good one,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Scott, we really appreciate you coming out for the Dallas Cup talk and obviously your opinions on everything else. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, we need someone to show up and give a better opinion than us.
Yeah.
We've got bad takes. We're aware of that. Sorry.
That's
I don't think my opinions were any better. I mean, I think I just said one of those teams was in Tennessee, and I think it was actually Kentucky. So, you know.
Well, we didn't stop you. So.
I'm not sure how much I'm offering right today.
Well, no, you are correct. You mentioned Knoxville, that is in Tennessee. The two teams that are actually mentioned are in Kentucky, but that's
gotcha. Okay.
There. Yes. Hey, soccer all across the country. We appreciate it. This brings me back to a conversation I had with a guy while I was watching the FC Dallas game, where he went on a soliloquy about how, yeah, you know, USLs are going to start Division I and they're going to try to compete, and you know they just can't really compete. And I'm like, well, here's the thing: either you want soccer to grow everywhere, or you want a monopoly. I don't understand why this is a complicated.
And let's let rubber hit the road first before we say they can't compete.
Well, here's the thing: I actually don't think they can. I don't think they need to. I think they need.
I don't need them to. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell people as the PLS stands right now, you need to have a metro area of 1 million. The United States, the lower 48 has, I think, 75 metro areas.
Yeah, there's enough.
That have a population of 1 million. There's enough to go around. Unless you want MLS to be a 50-team league, which I don't think anyone wants.
Jeez,
because then we're gonna end up with the NFLification of this, where we're gonna have divisions of 6 or 7, and you play them a bunch, and then you travel.
We're already going that way. Like,
exactly.
Come on.
So unless you want, yeah, what's that, Scott?
I was gonna say, and what's DFW? We're up to 11, 12 million.
No, we're at 9 and change. They anticipate in the next 5 years we will hit 11. But it depends on what you call metro in
where you draw the line is all.
Yeah. How far north do you want to go?
There's people who think my county is part of it, and it definitely isn't. Like,
yes.
I'm really excited. I don't need when USL Fort Worth or Atletico come in. I don't need them to be as good as FC Dallas. You know, using good for FC Dallas. You know,
fair.
Yeah. Notwithstanding, depending on your opinion of them, but.
Yeah, like even putting it that way,
I just want entertaining soccer.
Yeah, Dallas-Fort Worth is a metropolitan area, but Dallas County and Tarrant County have 1 million in the individually.
Yeah, easy.
Right.
Easy.
Right. So this is what I'm saying is like we do not want MLS to have a monopoly, and we don't want MLS putting a bunch of reserve teams in these markets. Because North Texas, I'm going to admit it, that 7,000 seat stadium is gorgeous. It won't fit. It won't get more than 3,000 or 4,000 at any given time.
I can't imagine a world where it gets that, but it might.
Right.
It's going to be a rough drive over there.
Yeah.
No, for me, Mansfield is.
Hey, no, they're not shooting for you, Scott. They're not shooting for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're shooting for
Arlington. I want to make that first game though.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to the first game. I'm going to the opener, and I think that depending on what that number is for the opener, if they can sell out in the opener, then I'm gonna say it's a good. I don't think they will, but we shall see. The tickets are not expensive. It's not a far drive for me, so I plan on going there. But yeah, just to go back to what I'm saying is support soccer no matter where it is, no matter what the level. You know, we need soccer to develop. We don't want a Clint Dempsey to have to drive to DFW, right, from Nacogdoches.
Or the kids that we had driving from Arkansas to come play for FC Dallas. Like
exactly, right.
I'm glad Dallas had them, but
yes,
that's not the point here.
Yeah, like Ozark in Northeast Arkansas, right? Mm-hmm. It's not a big city, but where it meets, there's a bunch of cities that would be the closest professional sport, not even anything, just any professional sport, that would be the closest. And that's what we need more of.
Yeah.
Boise, I think, is proving that point. Portland Hearts of Pine is proving that point, among many other that are proving that point. So yeah, I don't think they'll compete, but I think they are necessary. Yes, go ahead, sir.
No, I was just going to say before we completely get out of here, your hat reminded me. Shout out to the Tokyo FC supporters that were at the FC Dallas game and the Trinity
Yes,
game.
indeed.
this
That's
weekend.
why I wore them. Yeah. No, it's pretty awesome, man. Again, I plan on making another trip to Japan.
It's cool that we
any-
have like a relationship with them.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's a color scheme.
It's really cool.
it's a
It makes
love.
me
It's
feel
awesome.
so special.
Yeah, you know, and that is the thing that soccer gets you that no other sport, maybe
Yeah.
baseball. Shout out to Venezuela who won the World Baseball Classic.
Oh.
That was a barnstormer. So, all right, gentlemen, again, appreciate your time. Thanks everyone for listening. I promise I'm going to cut this up. It won't be this long when you listen to
Right.
it.
Scott, do you have any closing thoughts though?
Yes.
Come out to the Dallas Cup.
Okay.
There you go. Support local soccer, including youthsoccer.dallascup.org for tickets. Support your local brewery. We got Pentacolas and Rolling Town.
And it includes Atletico, even though I talked some trash today. It includes
Yes,
Atletico. All right.
It
Go
does
support
include
Atletico
Atletico
Dallas.
in March of 2027. So let's
Excited
make
to
that
see
happen.
stuff happening.
For sure. All right, gentlemen, we appreciate you. Dallas Bear Guardians, like, share, and follow. Guardians out. Peace.
Later.